YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. I know what you're thinking, whoa, wait, was Joe actually being serious? He hasn't put a video up in a year and then we've got 2 videos within the proposed schedule. Yeah, wild, I know. Like I said, I haven't actually, it is exactly the same day as the last video that I recorded. In fact, it's approximately however long a kettle takes to boil, time difference. I just watched that video back and realized that my energy levels, they seem pretty low. I'm gonna blame COVID. It's also quite early and I haven't had enough coffee yet. So that is what we're doing. We're gonna grab some coffee and we are gonna jump into a new video, which, like I mentioned in the previous one, is gonna be a desk setup tour. So a little bit of background information before we jump into it. The desk is not complete, unfortunately. And the reason for that is because this is a new build. We moved in the week before Christmas. So because of all the bank holidays and things like that, we haven't actually managed to get our Wi-Fi yet. So 3 weeks and my 4G, my hotspot on my phone is absolutely screaming at me, telling me to get off its back, because that's all I've had. All I've had is my hotspot to for TV, streaming things like Netflix and things like that, for trying to get business work done, so trying to send files across to clients and things like that, which hasn't been going too well. And yeah, it's not finished because, like I said, the Wi-Fi isn't here. And in order to finish the desk setup, some of the things that I want to put in there are pretty much relying on the Wi-Fi. So like everything I want to put in the office is effectively voice controlled, compatible with the likes of Alexa, Google Play, things like that. So the reason it's not finished is because I don't want to install everything properly into the desk and then have to rip everything back out to put the smart plugs and things like that in, to then have to put it all back in again. To me, that makes no sense. I'm not going to install it to uninstall it to then reinstall it. I'm not being stupid there, it just makes no logical sense whatsoever. So that's the reason the desk isn't finished. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna pour myself a coffee. I encourage you guys to pause the video and go and do the exact same thing. But if not, let's just dive into it. So, what you can see here is me building the drawers that the desk is built around. So everything that you need to build this desk is from IKEA. It's a really simple setup. It is probably one of the most common desk setups. If you like looking at if you like looking at desk setups on YouTube or Instagram or anything like that, you will have seen this combination so many times. 2 sets of Alex drawers and then a worktop, and you have yourself a desk. The only alteration we had to make was because of the space that it's fitting in. One desk wasn't deep enough, so I had to buy 2 desks and then make a few cuts. So yeah, this is one of the most common desk setups that you will have ever seen. First of all, a little disclaimer, I think all of these clips, all of the B-roll clips are in portrait. That is because I made an Instagram reel out of the clips, and I think when I was making them, it was either this video or the one after this that I forgot to get some landscape shots, but never mind, it is what it is. I'm getting off subject. Yeah, 2 sets of Alex drawers in white with just a plain white worktop from IKEA also. On top of the desk, what we have is, you can see in the corner there's this really cool looking lamp. It has a dream light bulb in it. The story behind that is when me and Charlotte went to the Lake District about probably 7 or 8 months ago, after we just reserved the house, we went into a furniture shop for some reason and I saw this lamp and I was like, I need to buy that. I don't know where it's going to go in the house, but it's going somewhere. So this might not be the final resting place of this lamp. However, I love it in here for now. I love the fact that it says Dream inside of the bulb. That is so cool. Haven't seen many of them before. Yeah, and I love like that sort of neon lighting. In the last setup, you guys will have seen that I had the LED strip. I do have a Wi-Fi voice activated LED strip in the box here, but I don't know if we're going to use that in the office. I had originally bought it for the office, but with this lamp here, I feel like it doesn't really need it, so that might get repurposed for somewhere else in the house. But yeah, this is the lighting setup for now. Me personally, I hate working in bright light, like white light or a warm white light. For me, it's got to be like really quite dark and artificial lighting. So this neon light works perfectly for me. LED strips, they work perfectly for me. I am actually currently in the process of getting quotes and estimations for a custom Creative Flow neon light, which could go somewhere in this office space. But yeah, that is lighting for now. The next thing that we've got is just a desk mat from Amazon. I brought this over from the last desk setup. There's nothing special about it. It's double-sided. One side's got cork on it, which I used in the old setup, and the other side it's like a grey leather finish. Nothing special about that. It's just for my mouse really, and it kind of just adds that a little something else onto the desk setup, so it's just not a plain white desk. Then we have in this corner here, we've got a pegboard. This is eventually going to go on the wall along with the two shelves that I have sitting down on the floor next to me currently. But yeah, this pegboard's just going to go on the wall. It's got little containers which are useful for holding things such as pens, anything really. It's just a useful thing to have. It's additional storage without actually like just riddling the wall with shelves. It's quite cool and different looking. Yeah, I love the look of these when I seen them on some of the desk setups. And they seem really practical, so I thought I'd just get one. And for the price, I think it was like £18 or something from IKEA. You can't really complain with that. Yeah, what else have we got on the desk? We've got the Logitech, I believe it's the M3 mouse. If you do a lot of computer work and you don't have a mouse, I highly, highly, highly recommend you have a look at these. I think I've had this for about a year and I'm just coming off the top of my head here, but I think they are around about the £100 price mark. In terms of ergonomics, you won't get a mouse out there that feels any nicer than this. It is just, it fits your hand perfectly. It has a little thumb scroller on it, which comes in really handy. For me personally, I use it a lot on Lightroom to flip between images. On that thumb, like the thumb position, you've got that roller, you've got the back and forward arrows, and you also on the thumb pad have two little pressure pads which you can customize to do different controls. And yeah, if you haven't already, I highly recommend you check out Logitech mouses. I believe that the M4's out now, and like there's newer models than this model, but just go and check them out because they're great mouses. Now, in terms of my actual workhorse when it comes to editing and all of that good stuff, I am running with the 2019 MacBook Pro. To be perfectly honest with you, I do need something a little bit more powerful because we're getting to the point now where we've got some pretty big files and it doesn't really handle them the best, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So yeah, like I was saying, to be perfectly honest with you, I could do with something a lot more powerful. However, budget doesn't really allow that at the moment with moving into a new house. I'm pinching the pennies a little bit just to kind of not push myself too far and make sure that I'm comfortable. The last thing I need is to go and spend like 10 grand on an editing setup, which will probably come eventually, but for now, I can deal with what we've got. That is the main workhorse of my editing setup. I am really considering getting a monitor somewhere in this setup. I'm not too sure where it would go because this is a shared little desk area. So not only is it mine, it's also my girlfriend Charlotte's. When we moved in together, I needed a desk space. She needs like a dressing room space. So we haven't got the room to have both of them individually, so we're combining the two. This is a desk slash dressing table sort of thing. So one set of the drawers are Charlotte's, one set are mine. We are going to get like a mirror on the back wall, so I don't know where a monitor would really go or if it'll really work. But yeah, it's one of them things. I'm better to have a place to sit and work than not have that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I know it was kind of a little bit all over the place because for some reason my brain doesn't want to work today. I think it must be the COVID kicking in. I felt like I couldn't really get into the flow of things, but I'm going to drink up this coffee. I'm going to start editing these 2 videos, and yeah, hopefully when this caffeine kicks in, I'm going to be switched on a little bit more, and then we'll probably record another YouTube video. I'm going to leave the setup out and hopefully get another video recorded so that we can hit next week's upload as well. So yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you for you tuning in, for showing the support on the last video. Do me a favor, show some support on this video too. Like I said in the previous one, not uploading in a year, it's not really the best for the algorithm and all of that good stuff. So there's people who have unsubscribed, there's people who aren't going to see this video at all. This is probably going to get like 6 views. So shout out to you 6. Smash that like button, I'm going to be counting. And yeah, head over to the business Instagram if you haven't already. It'll come up on the screen here somewhere. And I will see you when I'm feeling a little bit more alive. Peace out.